Right, shall we start? Devaraja and co, listen. So here 10 volts is the bigger battery and then 5 volts is the smaller battery, right? You just assume that 10 volts only giving the current, otherwise 5 volts also can give the current, there is no problem in that. So here the current direction is in this direction I am considering, I is flowing in the direction. Now you have to travel at any one point. Let me take, I will travel from this point, this is my point, I have to travel there. Now I have to travel, I have to go in this direction and then I have to come here only finally. Why? Because that is a loop. So what KVL states? The sum of the EMFs is equals to what? 0 in a closed loop. This is a closed loop. This one is not closed loop, so only we are starting at A and then ending at B. This entire thing is equals to VB I am writing. If this is a closed loop, then what you have to take? Nothing but total sum of the potentials is equals to how much? 0 you have to consider. Now this is a closed one, so I am starting at this point, finally ending at this point only. Now whenever I start at this point, let me take, I will take this as a point A. Okay. Now point A, I am travelling at point A, nothing but what I can write? VA. VA, whenever I am going in this direction, what will you get? Minus 2 plus you are travelling, lower to higher potential, how much you will get? Plus 10 volts, plus 10. And then you are going in this way, what will you get here? Minus IR, right, obviously. Don't any confusion in that. See, you are travelling in the direction of current and then first of all resistance is coming, nothing but obviously I have to take was minus IR only. So that minus I into 5 IR, and then you are going in this way, in that minus 2 plus nothing but what will you get? Lower to higher potential plus 5 volts, and then here in this direction you are going nothing but what will you get? Minus 10 I is equals to where you are coming again? VA only, VA gets cancelled, so only sum of the potentials is equals to how much here? 0. Now you are coming again VA only. Then what will you get here? Minus plus 10 plus 5 will give how much? 15 minus 15I is equals to 0. Then I is equals to how much? 1 ampere. Clear? That was a simple circuit. There is no need to consider point A and then again VA and all, no need to write. Directly you just start from the battery only. Start from the battery. Here you are going from lower potential to higher potential, so that only I got 10 here. I am travelling in the resistor, always what will you get into the resistor? Minus IR only, so that minus I into R. And then I got encountered with another battery here. You are travelling from lower potential to higher potential. Lower to higher, nothing but what you have to take? Plus 5 volts, and then you got another resistor here. In the resistor what you have to take? Minus I into R only, so that minus I into R, that is equals to sum of the potentials is equals to how much? Always 0. And then we got from that I is equals to 1 ampere. Shall I give you one more? Yes. Only one loop problems will do now, then next problem I will give as a double loop problems. Find the current in the circuit. I will give the direction also. Find the I value. Find the I value. How much? 2 by 11. 2 by 11. Minus nothing but, here you are getting the minus as the answer, nothing but the current direction we have assumed as wrong, that's it. The current direction will be different direction. Minus 2 by 11, huh? Yes, sir. Yeah, whatever. I'll tell you that. Now here listen. The current direction is in this direction I have given here, and then batteries of different, here the batteries are having the same direction only here. Minus plus and then minus plus in series combination, so only we got the answer easily. But here it will be in reverse. See that here minus plus and then plus minus is there. Reverse combination is there. We cannot take it directly. Actually, this one there is no need to solve this much also. Here directly you can arrange the batteries in series and then resistors also in series only. Total resistance is how much here? 10 plus 5 is 15. Total voltage is how much? Nothing but you take this battery here. That is how much? 5 and then 10 is how much again? 15 only. So current is how much you will get? 1 ampere. That's it. There is no need to do this much, but you have to get to know how to write the equation. For the double loop problems you cannot solve like that, right? So here also we can solve in the same way. Here plus 5 is there, minus 2 and then what will you get here? Minus 2 only. Again here minus 3 you will get. That is the sum of the voltages. Resistors 1, 2 and then 3, 6 and then 5, 11. That's it. You got the answer already. Yes, sir. So you can solve in that way also, but I am telling you how to write the equation. That is main important thing here. Now let me start my journey at this point. Let us consider. I will start at this point. Now whenever I start at this point, what you got first of all? Here current is flowing in this direction, right? So that I am traveling in this direction. What will you get first of all? What will you get? Minus 2i. Why? Because I got the first resistor here. Whenever I travel like this, I got the first resistor. This is the current direction, like this it will be there. So first resistor I got, that is minus 2i. Then battery we got from lower to higher potential. Nothing but what will you get? Plus 5. And then here what will you get? Minus 3i. And then higher to lower, minus 2. And then here what will you get? Minus 5i. Higher to lower potential, minus 2 volts, and higher to lower potential minus 3, and then here what will you get? Minus 1i. That is equals to, you are reaching at this point only again 0. Sum of the potentials is 0. Now here what will you get? 5 and then 2, 3 and then minus 3, 0, and then what you got here? Only minus 2. Only minus 2 we got. Then after that 2, 3, 5, 10, 11. Minus 11i is equals to 0, then 11i is equals to minus 2, and then I is equals to minus 2 by 11. This minus indicates that you are taking the current direction in reverse, that's it. So your current direction is there in which direction? Downward direction. Not even downward direction, it is coming from any other battery, 2 volts battery, let us consider. Clear? This minus indicates that our current direction is reverse, that's it. There is no problem in that minus. And by the way, whenever you get the minus only, in some of the options they will give that the current is flowing from A to B and then B to A, like that also. Minus 2 by 11 they will give, A to B, B to A, 2 options they will give. At that time it will be helpful for you. So you consider it as A to B. But now what is the answer? Your answer will be B to A. Minus 2 by 11 nothing but your answer is B to A. So this is how you have to solve this kind of problems. This answer for this. Minus 2 by 11 amperes. Current direction is reverse. Finished? Let's solve a double loop problem. ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಶ್ರೇಯಸ್? Find the currents through R1, R2 and R3. Find the currents through R1, R2 and R3. R1, R2, R3, everything is 5 ohms only. The batteries are 20 and then 10 volts. Here I will tell you briefly how to solve this one, and after that I will tell you the shortcut method also. So here first of all you have to consider this loop as separately and then this loop as separately, and also you have to do the current division properly. First of all, let me take my 20 volts battery is giving the current, obviously. Why? Because here 10 and then here 20 is there, but the resistors are same only there. So which is having higher potential, nothing but 20 volts battery. So let me take it is giving the current I1, let us consider I, otherwise this I is splitting as two currents here, one is I1 and another is I2. Clear? You have to find out the I1, I2 and then I values. Let us consider here this battery is giving the current as here I current is given by the first battery. Then after that what happening, it got a junction. Whenever it find the junction, what happens to the current? It will get splitted. So it is getting splitted as I2 here and then I3 here. Now you have to find out I1, I2, I3 values. With any combination you will not get the answer. There is no need of using the combinations and all. And also you have to mainly here understand that you have to take this one as a first loop and then get a equation. And then take this as a second loop and then get another equation. And solve that equations, and you will get the answer. Clear? First one, write the equation for this loop and then for this loop you write. రఫ్ పేపర్ కొన్నా, రఫ్ పేపర్ కొడు ఉందా లేదా చూడు. ఇక్కడ ఉంది, తీసిపోయింది నాన్న. This one is I1, first resistor I1. How much? I1 is 6, then 0 na. What are the answers you got? No, wrong answers. See, take I3, I1 plus I2. See, I1 is getting split as what? I2 and then I3. I1 is equals to what I can write? I2 plus I3. This is also one of the equation. Wherever the I3 is there, there what you can substitute here? Simply I1 minus I2 you can substitute and then you can get the answer. I2 1 ampere. Any other answers? Zero at any point. First of all, I have considered, let me take this as a zero potential, this as a zero potential. If this is a 0 means this is also how much? 0 only. This is also 0, okay. Then here, this is 0 and here I got a 10 volts battery. Whenever I just go in this direction, my potential is increasing. So here what is the voltage here? 10 volts is the potential here. Clear? Now whenever you are going in this way, potential is how much here? Potential difference is 20 volts. Here I have 10 means here how much I should have? The difference of the potential should be equal to how much? This one. Clear? Now this one is 10. Let me take, this is some unknown value, that is y. Okay. So that what I can write? 10 minus y is equals to 20, the potential difference. Then y is equals to how much you will get? Minus 10. Y is equals to how much you will get? Minus 10. This is minus 10. See that here minus 10 is equals to 20 obviously. See that minus 10 is equals to minus 20, right? You will get from where to where you are going? Positive to negative terminal. So only you will get it as minus 20. Don't confuse in that. Just come in this way. In only one direction you consider. I am just taking this one as 0 potential. This is also 0 potential. Now this battery is having a 10 volts voltage. The difference of the voltage should be is equals to the battery. So here the difference of the voltage nothing but this is at a 0 potential means this will be at a obviously higher potential only. The higher potential, let me take this is a point x. X minus 0 is equals to 10. X minus 0 is equals to 10. Then x is equals to how much you will get here? 10 only. Clear? So only I have considered it as a 10. Now after that, whenever you come in this way, I got another battery here. So what you consider nothing but this one you consider as x. Then what I can get? X minus 10 is equals to 20. You are coming from where to where here? Higher to lower potential. Then what will you get here? X is equals to 30 na? Wait. This is correct only. This one is correct only. See here? Higher potential to lower potential, right? Yes, yes. We have to take this one as a higher potential and then this one as a lower potential. Why? Because whenever you see the battery, here 10 volts is there. Here 20 volts battery is there, nothing but this is which potential here? Higher potential minus lower potential gives you how much here? Nothing but 20. So that here x minus 10 is equals to 20, then x is equals to how much? 30. So if we take this one as 30, 30 minus 10 gives you how much? 20 only. If we consider that as a minus 10 also, there is no problem, always the energy will be conserved however. There is no problem how you are taking, but the difference should be is equals to exactly this one. Clear? Now this is 30 means even this is also how much here? 30 only. Okay, I got different voltages here. Now I got one junction, I don't know what is the voltage there. How can you calculate? There is no battery, nothing, right? So I will take this one as a x, point x. Now directly you will get the answer. I consider this one as a x and then this is a 30, 0, 0, 10 and then 30. You understand, right, how to write the voltages? Any point, you might be consider this point as 0, otherwise this point as 0. Any point you can consider. Even this one also 0 you can consider. But here I will try to reduce the values, number of values. So here whenever I consider 0 here, only 1 0 potential will be there for me. If I consider here or here, I will have 2 0 potentials, then my values will be easy for calculation and all. So I consider this as a 0 and then even if it is 0 means this is also 0 only. Then whenever you are writing first of all for the battery, whenever you consider this as a higher potential and then this is a lower potential, let me take this as a point x, x minus 0 is equals to how much? 10. And then you are clearly able to see this is a battery we are having. For this battery, this is a higher potential and then this one is a lower potential. Let me take this as a higher potential and point x. X minus 10 is equals to how much you get here? 20. So that here x is equals to how much? 30. Otherwise this one also correct only. There is no need to worry about that. Now this is 30 means this is also how much here? 30. I don't know the potential here. So only I am considering that as a x. Now What Kirchhoff current law states? The currents entering the junction is equals to currents leaving the junction. So who is entering the junction here? I1 is entering, so that I1. Who is leaving? I2 and then I3, so that I1 is equals to I2 plus I3. First of all, I have to find out the x value, then you can get the currents easily. For finding the x value, the current nothing but what is the formula for us? Voltage by resistance only. V is equals to IR, I is equals to V by R. So V nothing but here you have to take the potential difference. Different potentials are there. At this terminal potential is 30, at this terminal x it is there. No, you cannot consider only one potential, you have to take it as a delta V, potential difference. So first of all I1 is there in between which potentials here? 30 and then x. And then I2 is there in between which potentials? X and 0, I3 is there between x and 10. And then you consider always that x is my higher potential. Always, that is a methodology, you have to consider x as a higher potential. This is higher than anybody. Higher potential. Now what you have to take the potential here, current direction is, current is what you have to take? X minus 30. What is I is equals to formula? Delta V by R only. So that higher minus lower divided by the resistance. So higher is which one here? X. X minus lower is how much here? 30. That divided by resistance is how much? R1. R1 is how much I said? 5 ohms. That is equals to in reverse now it is there for us. For us how it is there in reverse direction. So we will get the minus there. We will get the minus here. Then after that I2 is there in between what? X and 0. Which is higher potential here? X is higher potential. So what I can write? X minus 0 by 5. Clear? Plus I3 is in between what? X and 10. So that what I can write? X minus 10 by 5. What is the answer you will get here? Minus x plus 30 divided by 5 is equals to x by 5 plus x minus 10 by 5. 5 gets cancelled everywhere. Then what is the answer you will get here? 2x, na? This one is 2x and then this is going that side nothing but 3x. 3x is equals to what will get? X and then x and then minus x nothing but 3x and then minus 10 is coming in this direction, that is how much? 40. So that x is equals to how much here? 40 by 3. X is 40 by 3. Now I got the x. How to find out the I1? Same formula only again. X is equals to 40 by 3 and then minus 30 divided by 5 is equals to I1. Minus, of course, you will get minus only. Now what is the answer you will get here? 40 minus 90 by 50, na? That is equals to I1. Then what will you get here? Minus 50 by 15 is equals to I1. Then what is the answer you will get here? 5 tens are 5 threes are. I1 is equals to minus 10 by 3. Why minus we are getting here? We consider x as having the higher potential, but x is having the lower potential here. Okay, that is I1. Then I2. What is I2 you will get? X minus 0 by 5 is equals to I2. 40 by 3 divided by 5 is equals to I2. Then what is you will get here? 8 by 3, na? I2 is equals to 8 by 3. Then what about the I3? I3 is equals to what you will get here? X minus 10 by 5 is equals to I3. Then 40 by 3 minus 10 by 5. How much you will get here? 10 by 5, huh? 10 by 5 exactly. Then what is that you will get? 10 by 5 or 10 by 15? 10 by 15. 2 by 5. 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is the I3 value. These are the values of I1, I2 and then I3. Any one answer at least you got correctly? More correct banta? Very good, great. Then nobody else. As per the normal method. Minus ಯಾಕೆ ತಗೊಂಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ವಾ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 30 ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ನಾನು ಹೈಯರ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಈ ಎಕ್ಸಿಂದ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಈ ಪಕ್ಕ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಬಟ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ದಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸೊ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಐ ಗಾಟ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಫೈನಲಿ minus 10 by 3. Okay na? Don't worry about the minus and all. There is no problem in that. Here, why I consider minus here? What is the reason? Always current will flow from higher to lower potential. So higher to lower potential nothing but I have to take I1 in this direction. In that direction. But I have considered in which direction? Opposite direction. So only I have taken it as minus of x minus 30 by 5. You understand or not? However, your direction is wrong, so only you got here minus 10 by 3 finally. Clear? So as per the normal KVL also you can solve the problem, but this will be the easiest method and then this will be fast. First time I explained, so only it got this much time, otherwise it will be very easy to solve. Clear? Copy that first. I will explain again, one more time I will explain. Duster is copy everything, I will explain one more time. Only 2 members got the correct answers. Key correction ಏನಾಯ್ತಾ? Physics no key correction, nothing. Nodal methodology, this one. ಉದಯ ಅಲ್ಲಿ -10 ತಗೋ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡು. -10 +10 -10 ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಇದೆ, 20 volts ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಇದೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ. 30 ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಪ್ಲೇಸಲ್ಲಿ -10 ತಗೋ. Anything wrong? In Dhanush, calculation anything wrong? ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಇದು +90 ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. However, you will get -40 no here. How much you will get? +10 na? Finished, huh? Yes, shall I explain again? Yes. See, you have to consider any point as a zero potential. I'll either consider this one or this one, anything. But you just try to get maximum zeros in the circuit. Then it will be easy. So here I consider it as 0, and then if it is 0 means this is also how much? 0. This is 0, here battery is how much is there? 10 means the potential difference should be how much here? 10. Higher minus lower should be is equals to 10. So at higher I don't know the potential. Let me consider that as a x. X minus 0 is equals to 10 means x is equals to how much here? 10. So that I got this one as 10. Now let us come to the another battery. So here also higher minus lower should be is equals to how much here? 20. Let me take the higher potential as x here minus lower is there at what point? 10 here. X minus 10 is equals to how much voltage is there totally? 20 volts. So that x is equals to how much you got? 30. Now this is 30 means even this is also how much? 30 only. And now resistors we got everything. And after that I am just taking this junction potential as x. I don't know that what value of x only here. So that x I am considering. Once you find out the x means directly I can find out this branch current and then this branch current separately. So for that I am taking it as a x as a higher potential. Now that x as a always you have to consider point x as a higher potential. Now higher potential minus lower potential divided by the resistance is equals to what? Current, right? The potential difference divided by R is equals to what we get? Current. Now here x is at higher potential, 30 is at lower potential obviously. We are considering x as a higher. So that x minus 30 divided by R is equals to what we get here? I1. But current has to flow from where to where? Are you there everybody? Yes sir. I don't think so. Hello, good morning everybody. Hi everyone. Listen the class. Good afternoon. Hey, अभी उड़े ना तुम लोग? Good afternoon में good morning. Good evening में भी good morning. तब भी कब देखे तो भी good morning. है ना अक्षता? Correct? So here, always the current will flow from higher to lower potential. But we are considering which potential here? I1 is there in the right side direction. But it should be high to low. High to low nothing but 30 minus x minus 30 divided by R1. But our direction is in opposite. So only I have considered this as a minus of x minus 30 by 5. You understand or not? I am taking that I1 is splitting into two parts. One is I2, another is I3. So for that purpose I should not change the current direction there. I have to give the minus sign for the opposite directions, that's it. I said x is at high and then 30 is at low potential. Always current should flow from where to where? Higher to lower. But my current is flowing from where to where? Lower to higher. So only I consider that as a minus here. Okay, you got to understand about minus now? Now minus of x minus 30 by 5 and then that is equals to I1 is splitting as I2 and then I3. For I2 x minus 0 by 5 and then for I3 x minus 10 by 5. Clear, right? The potential difference divided by the resistance only. Higher potential minus lower potential divided by the resistance. That is what the equation we got whenever we solve that. X is equals to how much you are getting? X is equals to 40 by 3. Now this x value if I substitute only in this, then what will get? I1. If this x value, if we substitute in this I2 and then in this, that is I3. Directly you got the answers. Clear, right? There is no need to write separately and then there is no need to calculate again. Just substitute here and then calculate while solving the problems. Clear, right? Normal Kirchhoff voltage law method, what you have to do nothing but first of all consider this loop. Don't take this voltages, consider the initial voltages, whatever you solved. That one I am saying about. So consider this one as a one loop and then we will get what here? One equation we will get. What is that? Plus 20 minus I1 into 5 and then what will get here? Minus I3 into 5 is equals to how much? 0. That is the equation 1. Next equation is, let me start at this, so that plus 10, what will get here? Plus I3 into 5 and then here minus I2 into 5 is equals to how much here? 0. Now wherever I1 is there you just write I2 plus I3. Solve that equations, you will get the I2 value and then substitute that and then you will get the I3 and then I1 values. Clear? Write this equation also. This is also useful only. I1 is equals to I2 plus I3. In first equation what you got? 5 into I1, right? In the place of I1 you substitute this value. Then you will get I2 I3 relation. That I2 I3 relation you substitute in this equation. Then you will get one of the value. Clear? That is how you have to solve whenever it's as per the KVL. I'll explain that method also. Don't worry about that. Chalo, time is over. Go to your classes. आप video.